it's a letter followed by five digits. Wow, I almost going to get rid of this here. Okay, letter. Then we have digit, 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 digit. Okay, 5 digits. That's good to kind of label these buckets here.
Uh-huh.
So there are 26 letters. So any of the 26 letters are allowed in the first position. Okay. And that it says the digits 2 and 6 will not be used. So there's normally 10 numbers, 0 to 9. There are 10 numbers. Okay. So they're excluding 2 and 6. So that's where the eight comes from. And they say it can be repeated. That's important. So that means there's 8 digits that go in each of these positions. And then you just multiply those numbers together.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to do that for you here. And so you're 26 times 8. It's a pretty large number here. It's 851,968. No comma when you're entering that. Go ahead and enter that and let me know if there's any issues with
Okay,
that,
for sure.
please.
Yeah. That's where I was getting a little thrown off with like the when it comes to like the eight part. I was like a little thrown off like that.
Yeah. Uh, now the thing that if they were not repeated, the 8 would go down by 1 each time.
Oh,
But we'll
okay.
get to that if that occurs here.
Okay. Oh, hold on. It said I was off by 1 digit, so it made me go back and hold on.
So whenever you're ready, if you want to share your screen again,
Yeah, for sure.
maybe in our next lesson, I'll talk you through snipping, the screenshot. That's a little faster also for kind of going back and forth here. But whenever you're ready, share that screen and we'll look at the next one here.
For sure. Hold on 1 second. I lost the topic that we were working on. Where did it go? Was it that one? Was it this one? No. Oh, okay. Okay. Here we go. All right.
Let me grab a snip of this.
Okay.
Share my screen. Okay, so it says your pizza chain wants to send codes for the coupon off a large pizza. Each coupon will have 3 letters followed by 2 digits. So letter, 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 digit, digit. So they're telling me what will not be used. So there's 26 letters minus 3 for M, N, and O. So that's 23 letters.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's 10 digits, but they're saying 1, 3, 5, and 7 will not be used. So that means there's 6 total. And they actually tell you that. I didn't even need to do that. But that's where that comes from. Assume that they
Okay.
can be repeated. That's important. The 23, 23, those are the first 2 letters for the coupon code. And then 6, 6, 6. And you multiply these numbers together. So let me do that for you here. And it ends up being 114,264.
1, 2, 4, 2, 6. It's saying we're wrong. I mean, maybe if I'm miswriting a step.
So there are 20 of those letters can be repeated. Oh, 3 letters. I'm sorry. 3 letters. I missed that part. So that adds another 23. That's going to change the number here. I will read it out loud. All right. And then so that ends up being go ahead and type 262 8072. There we go. And I've updated the thing here.
Oh,
What is going on here? Oh, I apologize. I'm really misreading these. It's
It's okay.
3 letters and 2 digits, which okay, so that one's out. All right.
They
Um,
just they get you.
well,
That's why I was struggling too.
let me,
I want to hit more practice.
yeah, we'll get these knocked out pretty quickly here once. All right. Um, so it says uh each password have 1 digit and 1 letter followed by 2 digits. That's the part I gotta make sure I'm not missing because
Mm,
that's what keeps causing the problem here. All
followed
right,
by
so
one.
1 letter, there are 26 letters. I'm sorry. Each pass have 1 digit. I keep misreading these. 1 digit, which is
Okay.
9. There's 9 digits, followed by 1 letter, followed by 2 digits. So 1 digit, 1 letter, 2 digits. All right, so 9 times 26 times 9 times 9 ends up being 18,954.
18,009. Yes, it's correct. Okay. Um,
Go ahead and share your screen whenever you're ready. Look at the next one. All right, so grab a snip. All right, so this time it's just 3 letters followed by 3 digits. So 24 times 24 times 24, 3 digits, 7 times 7 times 7. And so the shortcut here is to write this as 24 to the power of 3 times 7 to the power of 3. And that's
mhm.
how I'm entering these into the calculator, just to save a little time here. If you're not sure what I mean by that, don't worry about it. Just do it the longhand way. So this ends up
Okay.
being, and we have reasonableness for our answer, 4,741,632. That's really important. Yeah, it's a lot of license plates, but we have a lot of people that drive.
Yeah.
Next one here, snip. All right, share screen. You're using a Windows or a Mac for this?
I am using a Mac.
Mac, okay, good to know. All right, so each code will have 1 letter followed by 1 digit followed by 3 letters. So there's 22 letters, 1 digit, 10 digits, and then 3 letters. And 22 times 22 times 22. So let's just double check that here. 1 letter, 22 letters, 1 digit, there's 10 digits, 3 letters, 1, 2, 3. We've got those down. So this is 22 to the power of 4 times 10. And that ends up being 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6, 0.
Okay. 2, 3. Cool. Back. I'm gonna hit next.
All right, so it looks like another topic
Hmm. I
down. That's great.
Yeah, I passed like a couple already so far. I've gotten like up to
Excellent.
like 26% of it. So
Yeah, keep going. Whatever you can do, there's always gonna really help her. So I grabbed the snipped here. It says a box contains 8 cards labeled this was the probability of choosing a letter from P to T. So we want all the ones that are P to T. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 that are from P to T, and there are eight total. So remember the top number is what you want out of the total in this case. So this is your answer.
I think where I was getting thrown off with this question is I kept trying to simplify, and it wasn't even asking me to simplify.
There's a possibility that, like if it said from P to S, that would be simple. You'd have to simplify that because it would be 4/8. So you're right. Your thinking's good. Like if you can, you should reduce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, let me grab a snip of this. All right, share screen. Okay, a 12-sided die, sides labeled 1 through 12 will be rolled. Each number is equally likely to be rolled. Was probably rolling a number greater than 4. So if we write all the numbers greater than 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, greater than does not include 4. Does not include 4. So if we count these, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The ones we want are 8 out of how many total are 12. This does reduce. You can divide both of these by 4 to get 2/3.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah, that was very clear. So there's some questions where I do have to simplify, and there's some I won't.
Yes. Yes. So you're wise to be on the lookout for that. Absolutely.
Get back.
Okay. All right. I want you to try this one on your own here. Make the fraction first.
Uh-huh.
Put the fraction, if you don't mind, where your cursor is, just hit that fraction bar on the right. Okay, and the number on the bottom is the total. How many total are there?
10.
10. So put 10 on the bottom. Okay, now we want the letters not a vowel. So you're going to count them, or you could count how many vowels there are. How many vowels do you see?
1,
I see
2.
E, and I. Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
So there are 8 that are not a vowel. So 8 over 10, but you can reduce that.
Okay.
You can divide the top and bottom by 2. So what does that become?
1 second.
Sounds like you're stuck on that. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So your final answer is 4. 4 over 5. So you can either backspace or hit X or whatever, you can hit down or yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I more or less got the way you explained it down much better.
Perfect. Perfect.
Now I know what to look for. Okay, I'm gonna hit next.
Let me grab a snip here, share my screen, we'll look at this together. Okay, Brian is a control inspector. A lot of this really is not useful. So yeah, I remind you, the part that is useful is that 92 of these parts pass, and there are 100 parts in total. So the probability of passing is 92 out of 100. Okay, and that reduces. We'll get to that in a moment. Not passing is the other ones. So there's 2 ways to do it. You can either say, well, how many didn't pass, which is 8 out of 100, or you can do 1 minus 92 out of 100. This is
Oh,
the better way to do it on the right, even though it may not look, you may not like it. It gives the same result.
okay.
So the probability of like passing and not passing, or like sunny and not sunny, or tired and not tired, they always add up to one. Okay. So these are our two answers here, but we need to reduce. So 92 out of 100, you always start with, well, actually it says decimals. So you know what? That's easy. You go right to your calculator if you need to. That's 0.92. And 8 out of 100 is 0.08, because these two numbers have to add, they have to add to one, and they do.
Acting one. Okay.
It's a little more straightforward, less of those extra words. Okay, put in, let me share my screen. Okay. A certain online computer game, there are 100 players. Of those players, 56 are not on the green team. So how many are not on the green team?
44.
44 are on the green team. 44 out of 100 are on the green team. This one's written a little weird. 56 out of 100 are not.
Oh, okay.
And
Backwards.
and that's where it's kind of the oddity. One little word makes all the difference. So you
Mm,
convert those to decimal, 0.56, 0.44.
okay.
That is your final answer. All right. So this one, I was going to say, hey, why don't you try this one? But it's a little bit different when you divide by 1,000. Right, that slightly change the
Um,
decimal. Alex is great at just making a small little change, and then everything you just did doesn't really seem to apply. 42 out of 1,000 contain the hazardous material. Okay,
mm,
so that's 42 out of 1,000. Is this calculator icon available to you?
yeah, it is.
Okay, could you do 42 over 1,000 and read me the result?
Yes, I can. 0.042.
Yes, 0.042. And so the not, there's a couple ways to do it. I would prefer you to do this 1 minus 0.042. That would be your best way to do the knots.
The one
And could
minus.
and then could you give me that result here in your calculator?
So for that, I got 0.9558.
Good, good. And those are correct.
Okay. I'm just gonna skip all this real fast.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You got a
Yeah.
lot here. All right. It probably looks worse than it really is. Could you scroll down to part C so I can grab that? Oh, is that it? Could you hit the drop down next to the 1 minus? Okay, that's perfect. All right. Okay. Yeah, right. Okay. So we've got a dartboard that has 10 equally likely uh 10 equally likely outcomes. All right. So the for each event in the table, last column, enter the, oh, so you're only entering over here. Is that right?
Yes, I believe so.
Or contained in the event. So this one's got a lot of words. Some are gray and some are white. Okay, this is where we need to read. Boy, they really don't do you any favors. Let X be the event that the dart lands on a gray slice. Okay,
Okay.
so how many gray slices are there in
3
this
and 10,
picture?
so
There's
2.
there's two. So it's 2 out of 10, which is 1 divided by 5. Okay, so that's your answer for the first one. A lot of words that lead to pretty straightforward thing. Now the not here means to do 1 minus 1/5. And if you don't like that, you have to figure out how many are the other side. So not white is, or not gray is white. There are 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 ends up being 4/5. So that's the answer to the second box. Um, 1 minus P of X ends up being 4/5. And then the correct answer down here is what we just did in that second one, that the not X is right down there. It's that second option. Drop down. So that's the main takeaway here. Probability, 1 minus probability X is the probability of not X.
Okay. Maybe I'm clicking the wrong boxes, but hold on. For the outcome for the probability, it's the oh, there we go. It's 3. Never mind. I had it on 2. But
I'm
that
not seeing your
oh
screen.
sorry. I'm
More time.
scared. But I'm just clicking
I'm,
3 and 10,
yeah,
correct?
I'm still not seeing your screen. So I'm gonna share mine, and maybe that will fix it.
Let's see. Can you see it now?
I cannot.
I'm showing the actual screen. How weird.
Can you look and see what I'm seeing?
No, it just says tutoring by mapping.
Okay, so there's typically like a little drop down. There's something has changed here. Let me just do this. Let me do a couple things here. Sometimes this will pause it. Let me stop share. All right. Would you try sharing one more time?
Yes. I just shared it. Can you share it? Can you see it?
I'm still not seeing anything. I don't quite
Mm,
understand what is going on here.
me
Um,
either. I'm doing so.
why
I'm
not?
going to try the entire screen. So tell me if you can
Okay.
see that.
Yes, now I'm able to see it.
No.
All
So
right.
when okay.
So what is the error if you want to scroll down? Is there an issue?
Oh, I
Oh,
was
I
just
see. I see. You were supposed to check those. I
yeah.
couldn't tell. So
No, yeah, yeah.
X, yeah, you got those, and then right. You, okay. Yeah, that looks good.
Okay. Oh, we got it.
All right. All right. So let's look at one more here. This one's gonna be really similar, but
Okay.
let me grab a snip here. Part C is probably the same. If you scroll down for part C,
Mhm.
hit the drop down. Thank you. Oh, it is slightly different. Of course, that Alex, they
You
never
like
give
to
you the
play
same
trick
thing
with me.
twice. All right, let me share my screen here. All right. All right. So let let not, oh boy, this is always so weird. Okay, let not heck be the event that the wheel stops in a slice that is not white. Boy, that's a lot of weird things. So not white. So the not X down here means not white. Not
Okay.
white is gray, so it's those two, which is 2 out of 5. Okay. Oh, I
Okay.
guess it did have, I'm sorry, it did have X. Let X be event that the wheel stops on a white slice. So we already kind of accounted for that. That's 1, 4, and 5. That's 3 out of 5. So 1 minus the probability of not X is 1 minus the 2/5, which is the other number. It's 3/5. And then 1 minus not X is the same as P of X, like that.
Okay. Okay. Do I want me to share my screen still?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, let's see if
Okay.
we get one more in.
I'll do the entire screen again so you can see it.
All right. Scroll up a little bit. All right, we grab this one. All right, go ahead and scroll down for the next one. I haven't not quite got it. I'll say when.
Okay.
All right, I got it. Okay, so let me share my screen. The words you're looking for, you want to go up to the top here and you're
Mm-hmm.
looking for what the probability of X is. Let X be the event that the drawn card is gray. And they're kind of trying to help you there with the color coding in the outcome. So then the table, so the gray is that one, 5, 6, and 8. That ends up being 5 out of 8. So not X is not gray. Well, that's the ones that are white. 3 out of 8. So 1 minus the probability of not X is the other number. It ends up being 1 minus 3 over 8, which is 5 over 8. And then 1 minus probability of not X is P of X, the top one there. So that will do it for us for today.